Have you ever felt like your body is slowly backing away from your own life? I'm not talking about the usual tiredness after a long day. I'm talking about that dull, lingering feeling like the energy inside you is quietly draining, and you don't really know why. You still have desire. You still want to be close with your partner. You still want to play with your grandkids, walk tall with confidence, and feel like a real man. But your body just doesn't respond like it used to. I've heard this over and over again from men I've treated over the past 30 years. They don't lack willpower. They don't lack love. What they're missing, and it might surprise you, is the belief that their body can recover. One of my patients, Richard, 71 years old, once said something I'll never forget. He told me, "Doc, in my mind I still feel 40, but my body, it's like it gave up a long time ago. I look at my wife and still see her beauty just like the first day we met. But I'm scared. Scared I'm not man enough anymore." I didn't answer him right away. I just put my hand on his shoulder and said, "You're not alone, and it's not your fault." Because the truth is, so many men over 60 are going through the same thing. But instead of finding the real root of the problem, they're handed a little blue pill, a temporary fix that only masks the symptoms, while the real cause is left untouched. Everyone talks about the symptoms: low energy, weaker performance, less drive. But very few are listening to what your body is quietly trying to say. It's running low on the essential nutrients it needs to function like it used to, like a machine that's long overdue for maintenance. I've seen too many good, strong, intelligent men slowly lose themselves just because they thought this is the price of aging. But no, aging is not the end of the road. It's a new chapter where you get to live slower but deeper, where you have the right to feel alive again, both physically and emotionally. And this video today, it's for you, the one quietly asking yourself every night, can I really feel that spark again? I'm not here to offer miracles, but I do have something far more powerful. Understanding. A deeper understanding of your body, of the gaps you can actually fill, and of the four key vitamins that could help reopen a door you thought was closed forever. If you're ready to listen, I'll share everything. Because no one is ever too old to change. As long as you're not too quick to give up. 4. Essential vitamins to restore vitality and manhood. After 60, a man's body doesn't just age on the outside, it quietly begins to run low on key nutrients inside. You're not feeling weaker because you're getting older. You're feeling weaker because your body no longer has the fuel it needs to run the way it used to. And here's the good news. You can get that spark back not with quick fix pills, but by giving your body what it truly needs. These 4 vitamins have helped hundreds of my patients over 60 regain their strength, stamina, and sense of control. Vitamin D3 unlocks blood flow and delivers energy right where you need it most. Vitamin B12 recharges your cells and brings back mental clarity and physical drive. Vitamin E protects your testosterone and blood vessels from the rust of aging. Vitamin K2 directs calcium to the right places, supporting your heart and hormone health. These aren't magic pills, but if taken the right way, consistently, they can help you reclaim something most men forget they still have. Trust in your own body again. 1. Vitamin D3, the key to unlocking blood flow. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine sitting in an old sports car. It still has a powerful engine under the hood. You hit the gas, but the car doesn't move. Not because it's out of fuel, not because the engine's broken, but because the fuel lines are clogged, blocked from getting where they need to go. That's exactly what's happening inside the bodies of many men over 60. It's not that your engine's dead, far from it. It's the fuel lines, your blood vessels, that aren't flowing like they used to. And vitamin D3? That's the key that helps unlock those stuck valves and get the flow moving again. You see, your body needs something called nitric oxide. It's what helps your blood vessels relax and open up, so blood can flow freely throughout your body, especially to the places where male performance truly matters. But here's the thing. Your body can't activate nitric oxide without enough vitamin D3. Without it, your blood vessels are like bent garden hoses. The blood just can't get through the way it should. I remember one of my former patients, William, a 67-year-old retired civil engineer. He once built bridges that connected entire cities. But during a quiet visit, he looked down and said, "Doc, I used to build bridges. Now I can't even rebuild closeness with my own wife." We ran some tests, and sure enough, William had a severe vitamin D deficiency. Just 2 months of consistent supplementation, plus short morning walks in the sun, and he came back different. His face looked brighter. His smile was lighter. His voice had calm and confidence again. He shook my hand and said, "Doc, I feel like I'm back." And that's the thing. Sometimes, what you need isn't a stronger pill, but something simple your body's been quietly asking for all along. Vitamin D3, used the right way, might just be your first step. The one that helps open up the flow again, bringing oxygen, nutrients, and yes, even emotion back to the parts of you that deserve to feel alive. 2. Vitamin B12, the fuel that recharges your energy. Have you ever had that feeling? You got a full night's sleep, you're eating well, doing all the right things, but still, you feel exhausted all day? Your body feels heavy, like something is pulling you back. Your mind feels foggy, like a flickering light bulb that's still plugged in, but just won't shine right. I've seen this so many times. It sometimes feels like I'm hearing the same story from different faces. One patient, Thomas, 72 years old, came to me looking completely drained. He said, "Doc, I don't get it. I sleep a solid 8 hours. I eat clean, no alcohol, no junk. But every afternoon, it's like my brain hits slow motion. I feel like a phone stuck at 10% battery, and I just can't recharge." I knew right away. This wasn't just aging. This was a classic case of vitamin B12 deficiency, something that becomes more common as we get older, especially after 60. You see, B12 is like the chief engineer in your body's power plant. It turns the food you eat into the energy you use. Without it, even if you're eating right, you'll still feel like your body's stuck in battery saver mode. But here's the catch. Most people take the wrong kind. Cheap supplements often use cyanocobalamin, a form of B12 that your body has to convert before it can use a process that slows down as you age. What your body really needs is methylcobalamin, the active form your body can absorb and use immediately. When Thomas started taking the right kind of B12 every morning, it didn't take long. A few weeks later, he came back to my clinic with a calm smile and brighter eyes. He said, "Doc, for the first time in months, I made it through an entire afternoon without needing to lie down." I smiled back, because I knew what he was feeling wasn't some miracle. It was simply his body finally getting the fuel it had been asking for the right way at the right time. 3. Vitamin E, the shield that protects your testosterone and blood vessels. Now imagine this. You've restored your inner flow thanks to vitamin D3. You've recharged your cells with vitamin B12. It's like you've just revived an old car. The fuel lines are clear, the tank is full. But there's still one thing missing: a protective shell. Something to keep that engine from rusting over time. Because inside a man's body after 60, a slow burn is happening every day. Chronic inflammation and cellular aging. It doesn't scream. It doesn't hurt right away. But it quietly wears you down. Your blood vessels, your testosterone-producing cells, your sense of strength, drive, and recovery, all slowly corroded. That's where vitamin E steps in, your quiet but powerful bodyguard. I remember a patient named Edward, 70 years old, a retired pilot. A man who spent most of his life soaring to heights few people ever dare to reach. He sat across from me with a look I'll never forget. "Doc," he said, "I still work out, I still eat right, but I feel like I'm weakening from the inside. Not in my muscles, in my will, my sense of control." When we ran his tests, We found elevated inflammation and signs of declining testosterone, even though everything on the surface looked fine. So we started working from the inside out with natural vitamin E, the kind that includes all the forms of tocopherols, not just the cheap synthetic version you find in most supplements. It didn't take long. When Edward came back, he didn't say much, he just nodded and said, "I don't need to prove anything. I just wanted to feel like myself again, and now I do." Vitamin E isn't something you feel overnight, but without it, you'll feel the slow leak, the silent drain of masculine vitality. It's your shield, your silent guardian that helps protect you from the erosion of time. So you don't just live longer, you live stronger, clearer, and more in command of yourself. 4. Vitamin K2, the silent hero that protects your heart and bones. Some things in life don't make noise. They don't demand attention. But quietly, patiently, they keep everything running smoothly and holding together. Vitamin K2 is one of those unsung heroes. When I was younger, I used to think, calcium is good. The more calcium, the stronger the bones. The steadier we'll be as we age. But after decades of treating older adults, I've learned a truth that few people talk about. Calcium in the wrong place can be dangerous. You might be taking calcium supplements every day, but without enough K2, that calcium can end up in your arteries instead of your bones. It clogs your blood vessels, raises blood pressure, and increases your risk of heart disease. K2 is like a smart traffic controller. It doesn't create calcium, but it tells it where to go. It guides calcium to your bones and teeth, and steers it away from your arteries where it absolutely shouldn't be. I remember a patient named Gerald, 69 years old, very health conscious. He took calcium daily, exercised regularly, and followed a clean diet. But he was still struggling with high blood pressure. And recently, a scan showed early signs of artery calcification. We took a closer look and realized he was completely lacking vitamin K2. Just a few weeks after starting the right dosage and form of K2, his blood pressure began to stabilize, and the stiffness in his joints each morning, it eased up too. K2 doesn't just protect your arteries, it helps maintain bone strength, especially after 60, when bone density and testosterone levels naturally start to decline. And here's the most important part. When you pair K2 with vitamin D3, they work like the perfect team. D3 opens the door for calcium to enter your body. K2 makes sure it ends up in the right place. Without K2, D3 can actually become a double-edged sword. But together, they help you build strong bones, a healthy heart, and balanced hormones. K2 doesn't make a lot of noise, but it's the quiet things like this that keep you standing tall through the test of time. 2 common mistakes that keep 90% of men from seeing results with vitamins. You know, I've seen so many men walk into my clinic carrying big bags full of vitamin bottles. They sit down, open them up, and ask me, "Doc, I've been taking all of this, but I don't feel any different. Is my body just past the point of recovery?" And almost every time, I have to tell them the same thing. It's not that your body can't heal. It's that you're doing it the wrong way. Mistake number 1, taking the wrong type. A lot of guys buy vitamins based on ads, discounts, or just whatever's cheapest on the shelf. But here's the truth. Not all vitamins are created equal. Let me give you a few examples. Vitamin D2 is cheaper and synthetic, but your body absorbs it far less effectively than vitamin D3. Cyanocobalamin, the most common form of B12 in cheap supplements, is inactive. Your body has to convert it before it can use it, and after 60, your ability to make that conversion drops significantly. On the other hand, methylcobalamin, while more expensive, is ready to use by your body, with no conversion needed. To put it simply, if you're taking the wrong form, you're just investing in very expensive urine. Your body can't use it, so it flushes it out. You think you're taking care of yourself, but you're just filling up your biological trash can. Mistake number 2, lack of consistency. Many men treat vitamins like a casual habit. Take a few today. Forget tomorrow. Take 3 pills one day. Skip the next. Try it for 2 weeks. Then give up because nothing's happening. But your body doesn't work that way. Healing, especially when it comes to hormones, circulation, and cellular repair, doesn't happen overnight. It's not like flipping a switch. It's more like building a house. You can't lay one brick today, skip a week, and expect a strong home to stand. Vitamins don't create instant results. They require time, consistency, and a stable routine for your body to finally say, okay, I'm getting steady support. Now I can start fixing things. And after 30 years in practice, I'll say this. There's no shortage of men who can recover. There's only a shortage of those willing to be patient enough to finish the journey. So, if you've made one of these 2 mistakes, don't beat yourself up. No one taught us this stuff when we were younger. But now you know. And that knowledge might just be the start of a brand new chapter. A simple 3-step daily routine. If you're asking yourself, where do I even start? This is for you. I know, when it comes to rebuilding your health after 60, it can feel overwhelming. Too much advice, too many products, too much information. And it's hard to know what actually works. But sometimes, the answer lies in the simplest, most consistent steps, the ones you can stick with. So, if you want to boost your energy, improve circulation, balance your hormones, and feel alive again, just remember these 3 small daily steps. 1. Morning. Start your day with vitamin B12 plus a high-protein breakfast. When you wake up, your body's like an engine warming up after a long rest. This is the perfect time to refuel not just with food, but with the right vitamin to jumpstart your energy. Take 1 dose of methylcobalamin, the active form of vitamin B12, along with a protein-rich breakfast. Eggs, beans, Greek yogurt, or even a little salmon if you have it. B12 doesn't just wake you up, it reactivates your cellular metabolism, like giving your entire system a fresh charge. 2. Midday. Get some gentle sunday, or take D3 plus K2 with lunch. Don't underestimate the power of sunlight. Just 15 minutes outside in the morning light can naturally help your body produce vitamin D3, which is crucial for healthy blood flow. But if you live somewhere cloudy or you're mostly indoors, take a vitamin D3 plus K2 supplement with lunch, especially a lunch that includes healthy fats like avocado, salmon, or olive oil. D3 helps absorb calcium, and K2 tells that calcium where to go into your bones, not your arteries. Together, they're a perfect team for keeping your heart, bones, and hormones strong as you age. 3. Afternoon. A handful of seeds or olive oil for vitamin E. Afternoon is the ideal time to give your body some vitamin E, the antioxidant that protects your cells from inflammation, aging, and testosterone loss. Just a small handful of almonds, sunflower seeds, or pumpkin seeds will do. Or simply drizzle a spoonful of extra virgin olive oil over a salad or steamed veggies, delicious and effective. You see, taking care of your health after 60 doesn't mean overhauling your whole life. It's just about small, smart choices repeated every day. And if you stick with these 3 steps consistently for 2 to 3 weeks, I truly believe you'll begin to feel a powerful shift. Clearer focus, more flexible circulation, sharper thinking, and most of all, that deep, unmistakable feeling. You're coming back to life. You know, that question, why isn't my body the same anymore? It's not a complaint. It's a signal, a quiet whisper from within saying, you still care. You still have hope. You're not ready to give up. I've been a doctor for over 30 years. And what moves me the most isn't the patients who are in perfect health. It's the ones who've been through loss, through setbacks, but still have the courage to ask their bodies, what can I do differently starting today? And I want you to know, you're not too old to recover. You're not too late to begin, as long as you're not too quick to give up. Sometimes, all it takes is one small step in the right direction. The right form of a vitamin, a morning walk in the sun, a meal made with a mindset of nourishing, not just surviving. A small decision, repeated, day by day. And if something I shared today touched you, don't keep it to yourself. Tap like so I know you're still with me. Share this video with a friend, a brother, a father, someone who might need a gentle reminder that it's not too late to feel whole again. And if you'd like more real, gentle, and practical guidance for your journey after 60, subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell. Let's walk this path together. Not to fight aging, but to live with it with strength, clarity, and peace.